Well, I'm glad you could join me for a quick drive in the Mercedes GLE. Now, we've recorded this with our 360-degree camera, so watch on mobile, move your phone around, and you should be able to look all the way around the cabin, or if you're watching on a browser, if you look in the top, I think it's probably left-hand side of the screen, there should be some cursors so you can drag the image around. If it looks weird, you're not watching it correctly, it should look like a normal picture, but you are able to then rotate the whole way around the cabin. Okay, so put this car into drive. Love the fact that the gear selector's up there. It should always be there. It's just so simple, right where your hands are on the wheel. So this GLE, it's basically a repurposed M-Class, so slightly different look, but it's the same architecture, very similar interior. It's been spruced up a bit, and well, have a look at it for yourself. I mean, it does that Mercedes thing where it's generally the quality is very, very strong, feels solidly built, but there is just the odd bit of trim that lets it down. I mean, look at this, these. Can you hear that? That is so cheap and nasty. Whereas like this piece of metal, that's how it feels almost like real metal, that bit does, and that's solid and damped. It's such a shame. And on the whole, yeah, the interior here, I think it's nice. It looks smart. That screen, it's not too bezel heavy like some of the other screens that you get in lower down the range Mercedes cars. It's quite nice, that screen. The system to use it though isn't so great. It's the whole touchpad swivel wheel, and it gives you RSI, and yeah, not so good that. Now, this car in terms of driving, we got the 350, so it's got a great engine, nice V6 diesel. It's not so good on the twisty bits though, this guy. It feels like a heavy car. So the ESP light flickering there. I mean, it's holding on. You just point the steering wheel where you want it to go. You can floor the throttle and the electronics will work it out, but it does feel like a big cumbersome car. I'm not sure whether it's the feeling of the controls. They're just a little bit stodgy. The steering, the brakes. Yeah, I mean, this is more for people who like to drive around like this. And you get a good view out because you do sit quite high if you raise your seat up. But you do need to raise your seat up because the scuttle, the bonnet is quite high, so you need to be able to see over it to know where the corners of the car are. So you can't really sit down low because you're not sure what's going on. Now the view out the back is really good. In fact, all-round visibility is pretty good in this car because the pillars aren't too fat. So have a look round using that 360-degree mode and check it out for yourself. Now I don't know about you, but I really like this two-tone interior. It just lifts the cabin. You know, if it's just all black, it can be a bit dreary in here, but with this two-tone, it's lovely. A lot of people won't get this if they're worried that, I don't know, it's going to get dirty, but you can get leather cleaners, and you should have it because it just makes this car just feel just more expensive than when you have just the plain interior. On the whole, it's a nice, relaxing, easy car to drive. You can put it in different modes, like sport mode, but and then the steering suddenly went all weird and stiff, and the ride's now more brittle. Yeah, you feel more up and down bumps, but when you put it in comfort mode, you get this slight rocking sensation, like you're, I don't know, maybe in a small boat on a sea. And so, not the best in sport, and it's not the best in comfort. It's never uncomfortable, it's just, I don't know, there are rival cars that just seem to ride a little bit better than this. But on the whole, not bad at all. But ultimately, it's based on an old car and is sort of starting to show its age. Just put it into park. Right then, now if you want more video content on this Mercedes GLE, then click in the top right-hand corner of the screen on the card. Thanks for watching.